Hey Mark, I'm just going to go over the next part, which is basically the cPanel setup, and then um, kind of my preferences for certain things. Like I mentioned, we're going to be doing add-on domains for the second one. If you notice here, this is the primary domain. It's set to be here. So this is Phoenix, and then Cash for Junk Cars Dallas. If you notice how I created the folder for this, is I want it to be the exact URL of the website. We're going to be doing that with everything. It's just to make sure that we know what we're getting into on the FTP side of things. So I know when I go in here that I'm going to be um, uh, in the Dallas site, so on and so forth. And this is for everything. It's something that I've been trying to work towards as we go. This is taking a really long time. Go back to home. Okay, let's see it. Oh, that was much faster. What? What the heck's going on here? Oh, I know why. Okay, Phonics. Alright, so I'm in the wrong cPanel. That's the reason why. This is the one that I just sent your way. So if I come down here, go to SQL databases. Oh, you're annoying. I want the databases to have the name of the city as the database name, and I screwed up with this. It's kind of funky when you add a new user, how it does it. It's weird. You just pay attention to it. I prefer this to be like user or not admin, but something like that. And then we just assign those to these two databases. So that's the main thing, is just making sure Dallas is Dallas and Phoenix is Phoenix, and then for each of these cities that they have the appropriate database. That's just in case we have to copy it down for some reason, that we know what it's named. And when it's down, we can figure out which database it is without any legwork. So the next thing is FTP user. When you add on a domain, it's going to require you to create a new FTP user. Go ahead. It doesn't need to be a specific password. We're going to create one initially. And like I said, let me show you here. What we're going to do is use LastPass's generation tool to generate a password. So you notice my settings here, I don't use the special characters because I think this is enough for this type of password. And the other tip that I'll give you is don't use a password like this. What I would do is you click that, copy the password. I would do that and then paste it. What happens if you don't do that is it'll muck up your LastPass account, okay? So that's pretty much it. User at Phoenix. Oh, I did. I must have... Yes, yes, because, excuse me, this is the one that I had to create for Dallas. So, this is correct information here. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the website and probably do this next one in two parts, including in this video. So let me go over to there first for right now. All right, we're back. These are the three plugins. Two of them they're all going to be installed. This one has been updated. This Page Generator Pro wants to be updated, but we're not. We're going to keep it at version 1.0.5. Okay. So for right now, there's a bug in the newer version that I found that it gives you errors all up in the place and has problems generating the pages. So we're just going to stick with this version for right now because it does what we need to do basically. So what we're going to do here, so this is the big thing, is make sure these are installed. Next, I'm going to go over Page Generator Pro, which is going to be the most important part of all this. And then I'm going to show you what we need to do with that, and then also all in the iTheme security and all-in-one SEO pack. Okay? So I'll be back. Let's go ahead and jump right into Page Generator Pro. So I didn't mean to click on that. What I want to do is, first thing it's going to ask you for is a license key. I've shared a folder with you. This all company, and in there you'll find WordPress plugins, Page Generator Pro. It's a copy of the plugin as well as a license key. Okay, so that's the key that you're going to use. Keywords the next bit. So the keywords that we create, there's three different keywords that we create. And they have to be exactly like this. You see it's lowercase. This has to be exactly like this, and I'll show you why. But first, city is the one that we're going to be using all of these keywords for. Okay, and it's the reason why these have to be in the format that they are. So if I come in here, I'm just going to click on there and go in there, you'll see I pasted them in here again. There's no spaces. They're all in their own line, and they got the keyword name of city. And you hit save. Let's go over here. The next one is state, and that's going to be the shorthand of the state. If you have to look it up, look it up. But for Arizona, it's AZ. And then the next one is the state long, which is the full state name, so Arizona. Okay? So then the next part, once you got all these keywords in place, you go to the Generate tab. And up here, you'll see why. This is the reason why it has to be exact. This is all lowercase. All this has been populated. What you're going to do is you're going to come into this installation, and you're going to come in and copy this text that's in here in the text format, not the visual format. This is very important. Things get wonky if you use it in the visual format. So text, and we don't know why either. So text, you're going to copy all this, and you're going to bring it to your next installation and start there, okay? A couple things that have to be done is we're doing post type as a post, we're doing status as published, and we're doing about 300 posts, 300 pages to generate. So this is all going to have to be populated as you come in here. The next thing is you have to go into posts and create a category called city, okay? And then the next thing is you're going to copy the tags, and if you want to pull this in a document so you have it on hand instead of having to pull it from another page, that's fine. Tags, you're going to copy all this. Just a note with that document, I would put it in something other than Word, just a text document. You're going to copy these tags and move them over to the new one. Okay. The next thing you do is you're going to hit save first before you do anything. And then you're going to hit test. What's going to happen here is this little dialog box will pop up. Yes, will that do its business? And it's going to generate a test page for us to view. Now we're going to look at this first before we publish, before we generate all these, because if we create a mess, if there's a problem somewhere, at least we can catch it before we generate and have to delete and start over. So here it is. Okay. That looks good. Process, we're looking at the text here to make sure nothing looks funny. I see there's already a problem with this theme. I just want to reiterate when you're going through this, the couple things that need to be changed. We do not want author and date in any post on this page, or if you even go into the actual separate page, okay? The other thing, I'm not a big fan of how this happens like this. Easy way of doing this is to add padding, the width of the border or the size of the border that you're doing, and then on hover, when you add padding to be to the top, the same width, and then when on hover, add the border at the width that you want, and then remove the padding so it doesn't bump the page. And I know this isn't you, but just making sure I point that out. Either way, we got to get rid of this stuff. You're just going to take a look at the text, make sure everything looks fine. Junk car in Phoenix, Arizona, get cash now. And in Phoenix, Arizona looks good. Okay, so that looks great. So once that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to hit generate pages. Okay, and this is going to take a little while. It may time out on you depending on the host. Now there's easy fix to that and I'll show you at the time, but basically what we do is we go into modify the keywords, we figure out where it stopped, where the last page it created, then we go and remove the keywords up until through that page, and then we regenerate, and that will create the additional posts. But I'm going to go ahead and hit generate right here, and I'll be back when it's done. Just showing you, it's been about 2 minutes or about a minute or so. It's still thinking up here, so it can take a little while. You just have to be patient. So it'll either finish or it will quit halfway through, and we'll have to modify it. So, all right, you'll see here that this one successfully. It didn't have a ton of cities, which is usually what's going to cause problems. But the pages posts were generated okay, so we're good to go there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to pages first, and we're going to add a new page. We're going to call this home. I believe that's what we have on this site. Take a look at this really quickly here. See, we don't do this a ton. So edit page. So, okay, so that's what the title of the page that we're going to give it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here. So I need to actually do this first. We're going to go to post first. And I'm going to search quick for Phoenix. Okay, why are all these drafts? Oh, we got to delete the drafts. I forgot about that. So we're going to go ahead and delete this, delete this, delete this, and Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, we're going to delete that too. Bulk actions, move to trash. Apply. I'll be back in a minute once I get this cleared up. So what we have to do is I'm going to do this as I'm going to create, I think I can do this, but we're going to go here, we're going to add new. We're going to come into the post. We're going to copy this, make that the title. Again, we're in the text side of things on this, all of it. And we're going to move this to the text side, V. And then hit publish. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to posts, which this is the top post actually. It wasn't the top post. It might be the last post because it's the top of the thing. We're going to delete this Hello World post. Trash. Let's do a search for it again. So we're going to come in here, we're going to trash this post as well. We don't need this post, we just need the content that was generated for it. I'm going to come in here and empty all this out. I suppose I could just hit the empty trash button. I'll be back once it's done. Alright, we're going to come in here and delete the sample page, so we don't need that. And then you obviously want to go in there and trash it too. So what you're going to have then is you're going to have, and then I believe appearance, theme, menus. Let's see what the menus is there. You're going to create a menu, a new menu. This is going to be primary. It's already there, which is strange. That works. We're going to go ahead and remove. And then again, we're going to add, I believe, screen options, posts, screen options back. And we're going to create a new menu that we're going to use, but we're going to save this first. So that was created. Then create a new menu. And we're going to go ahead and do sidebar menu, create menu, posts, view all, select all, add to menu. So this is just how I generate all the sidebar things here, areas we serve, and then we're going to add a widget to there. So I'm going to let you do the rest from here on out, because the other thing that we're going to do is this is a menu called locations, a menu item called locations that we have to add as well, which you can see down there is just a category city. Okay, so this is really taking a long time. Okay, good. That's been added. Save menu. Let's go back to the main menu. Once it saves, finally, I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and just... so now we just got to create a menu item based on city. We're going to add that to the menu. And we got to change it from city to locations. Save menu. And like I said, the rest I'm going to let you handle, getting the widgets in place and so on and so forth. Any changes that need to be made to the theme, knock yourself out. I would do that. Look over once you use the theme for the first time. Look it through before you create, say 7 themes with that or 7 sites with it, so you don't have to change it in 7 places. So each time you use a theme for the first time, make sure you go through it. Get rid of the stuff that I mentioned, because on this site, for example, like I said before, there's this information. We don't want this here. We don't want to show when the date this was posted. Me being here isn't important, but we're just going to get rid of all of it, and then all this stuff in the sidebar obviously has to be fixed. So if you come over here, again in this one too, it still has that information we want to get rid of. So, and here you go. Home must be, oh, I know why. Edit page. I got to come back here to menus really quickly. Locations, we're going to choose menu 1, save changes. Okay, now it should be okay. Yep, okay, so that's what we want to see. All right, and then again, don't forget to change the phone numbers everywhere with the appropriate phone number as you go. And we want it to look like this, which you've already done with your theme and some of the others too, but this might change when you start applying stuff to the sidebar, I'm not sure. So I'm going to move on. Next video is going to be on the SEO plugin and then also on the security plugin.